We humans are social creatures. We're wired for communication. It's something that differentiates us from other living things. Well, not exactly, but we'll get into that in a future video. Language, when you think about it, is kinda strange. The fact that I can produce a series of sounds or draw a set of shapes, which you can then observe and interpret as words with meaning, it's not a trivial task. Words themselves are interesting. Words are a layer of abstraction around concepts. I can refer to this as hand, but that does not encapsulate every exact detail of what a hand is. So depending on the situation, we use additional words to further describe the hand. Internally, our brains maintain these concepts for everything that we understand. The challenge of communication is for someone to be able to tap into our understanding of, for example, hand, to be able to understand that concept, or at least a concept similar enough for the purposes of whatever discussion we're trying to have. This is why it can be a challenge to describe something like a feeling. Feelings in particular are especially difficult to describe. They're highly subjective and very difficult to form abstractions about. There's just no common reference point. And unlike something like a hand, we're just not guaranteed to have some concept in common about a feeling. But even something that exists physically is experienced subjectively. For example, the experience of color. We simply do not have the ability to know whether what we perceive as one thing is perceived in an identical way by someone else, much less understood conceptually identically. The best we can do is extrapolate based on experiences we believe are common to both the speaker and the listener, and hope to build on that until they have some understanding compatible with our concept that we're trying to communicate. We can extrapolate from concepts we do understand to understand concepts that maybe neither of us have ever experienced before. I can, for example, imagine a purple hand. I can take what I understand about the color purple and about a hand and combine those two concepts together, despite having never seen them, and I can form a complete imagined image, a concept in my head of what a purple hand would be like. I can anticipate the sensory input I would experience if I were to encounter that object in real life. So that's how language is built. We work our way up from concepts we feel that our audience would understand until we get to the point where they're able to understand whatever concept it is we're trying to discuss. And just look at all the time and money and infrastructure we've put towards enabling communication. We've dug up metal from the ground, we've put satellites into orbit, we've put cables underwater. We've convinced sand to do our bidding and made it possible to experience sight, sound, touch, art, music from just about anywhere on Earth. Or in orbit, we do that too. All of this just so you could hear someone like me talk to you about what I'm thinking about. And it will never be enough. We will never be satisfied. It's not enough to connect the world of all humans together. It's just not. We're searching for extraterrestrial life as well. The human experience is simply not enough for us humans. Even though we cannot ever hope to understand every other person's experience or the complete human experience, we want more. We will always want more. And that's it for this video. In next week's video, I will be going down the Wikipedia rabbit hole on speech. I'm going to talk about why humans specifically, and not other animals, are able to produce and understand speech. But until then, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back next week with something interesting for you. Until then, stay curious.